Gender diversity is really important for corporate boards in the United States as a matter of global competitiveness. If you look around the world, there's a conversation taking place at every level around the world about what women can add to boards. There's a lot of research from Catalyst, from others, including McKinsey, Credit Suisse, that show a link between having more diversity in the boardroom and better financial performance. There's also a whole other body of work which shows that having different perspectives around the boardroom helps disrupt groupthink, leads to more innovation, better creativity, and just better corporate governance in general. Increasing the number of women to serve on corporate boards in the United States really begins at the top. Leaders really need to make this an intention and make it a priority. We've seen that when leaders state that the priority is to add diversity to the board, that it happens. At Catalyst, we've been studying the representation of women in the corporate boardroom for many years, and every year we write the same headline, which is that there is no progress after years of no progress. So when we look at this question, we ask CEOs, we ask directors, and there are a lot of different ways to get to change, but the one common denominator is leadership from the top. So whether it's the chair, the CEO, the chair of the Nom Gov committee, it's really got to be a priority because we know that the women are out there, exceptional women, director candidates are out there, but are the boards looking for them? Because if they look for them, they will find them. To have more women CEOs and executive officer positions, it's actually an interesting question because there's a link and a cycle between having more women and board director positions. Catalyst did a study where we found that having more women in the boardroom was correlated or was a direct predictor of having more women in executive officer positions 5 years down the line. So there's a virtuous cycle there. The other thing that I would say is that we've heard many CEOs talk about what an incredible experience serving on a board was for them in terms of preparing for that next step in their career before they were CEOs. So a lot of companies see finding external board service as great talent development for their top women executives. Probably one of the most critical parts of women advancing into the corporate boardroom is sponsorship and mentoring. We've seen at Catalyst that can make the crucial difference because really when the boardroom is deciding on their next director, often the question will be, you'll find these great candidates, you're looking for particular skill sets or knowledge of markets, but it's also who knows this person and who can vouch for them. And that's where sponsorship can be critical to opening the networks, to making introductions. We actually have a program in Canada called Women on Board that tries to help make that happen by matching exceptional women business leaders in Canada with a board chair who sponsors and mentors her for 2 years. And the idea is not that this board chair will place her on a board, but rather introduce them to the network and help provide critical advice. And we're really pleased to see that over 40% of participants in that program have been appointed to corporate boards in Canada.